Pick the blue one, and this video ends right here. Pick the red one, and I will take you back inside the matrix, and I will show you what the matrix is really all about. But remember, all that I'm offering are my personal ideas. The choice is up to you. You guys are still out there? That is good. When I teach the matrix, I always watch my students when they are watching the movie. And I have to say, I really, really love it how they buy into the action. They are about to jump up at their desks, screaming out loud, "Neo, pick up that phone! Get out of here! The agent is coming!" What we have here is the willing suspension of disbelief. In these moments, reality has vanished. The only thing that is real for them is what they see on that screen. How does the movie do this? When The Matrix was released, it was truly revolutionary. People had not seen anything like this before. Remember the scene on the rooftop? There is Neo, there is the agent. The agent is firing at Neo, and suddenly we see each and every bullet, like in extreme slow motion, coming towards Neo. Because of scenes like that, the movie indeed was groundbreaking. But my point is this. I believe the movie is still so fascinating, so appealing to us, because what we see, what people see, they have seen before. They might not quite realize it, but the story that the Matrix tells, they know this story. They've heard the story a number of times, and they have always enjoyed the story. In case of the Matrix, the story has changed its outer appearance. Long black leather coats, fancy sunglasses. But behind that surface, there's a very, very familiar story. Think of the final confrontation between Neo and the agent. Subway station. There is the agent, there is Neo. Staring each other down, ready to reach for their guns. What is missing? The cowboy hat, of course, because this scene is taken straight out of a Western. It is a dramatic highlight of every Western. The final confrontation, man against man, mano a mano. The final confrontation that will settle everything. One director said that in the Western, this final confrontation is not only between two men, but it's a confrontation between two existential principles, you might say. On the one hand, the forces of evil, and on the other hand, the knights of the true cause. Now, when we think of the Matrix, Agent Smith, the face of evil, and here, Neo, a true knight, fighting for what is good and what is righteous in this world. At the beginning of this final confrontation, the viewer is anxious because he remembers what Morpheus told Neo before. Nobody has ever defeated an agent. And we ask ourselves, Is he truly the one? Do we believe in Neo? We start believing when he gets his first punches in. But then suddenly, boom, the agent shoots him and it's all over, right? Wrong. Remember, this is Hollywood. Have you heard of the phrase, "Here comes the cavalry"? That actually is the title of the Western. And it refers to a very, very specific moment. Apparently, the situation is hopeless. No help in sight. When, on the horizon, you hear the sound of a trumpet, announcing the approach of the cavalry to save the day. In The Matrix, it's Trinity who saves the day for Neo, but also for us, for the viewers. Because of Trinity, Neo is back in the Matrix. Glasses are off this time, and the look in his eyes tells us this time no force in the universe is going to stop him. And this is the moment that we have been anticipating, that we have been waiting for. We want Neo to tear the agent apart. And this is what he literally does. We cherish the ending because this ending helps us to believe that in the end, light is winning. Human beings desperately want to believe that in the end, good will prevail over evil. If we look at the reality around us, we don't find that much evidence that this actually will happen, that in the end, the good guys will be victorious. And this is why we turn to movies. This is why we turn to stories. This is why we have always turned to stories. Stories compensate us for reality. The stories get it right where reality fails. The stories reaffirm our faith in humanity and in the future. Imagine what would happen if there were no longer stories like that. That is a question we'll keep for another day. Maybe you will find an answer to that. Stay tuned. I will be back. Next time, I will talk about Neo and his journey from Mr. Average to the One. Until then, you guys take care, be safe, and never stop believing.